We are sitting here inside the vault of the Custom House. It's right before I'm about to lead a small tour through the building, and it should be pretty amazing considering there isn't going to be a lot of people on the tour. I closed myself into this space, one of the most haunted and most negative spaces in the entire building. You don't believe me? I don't know if you can see it, but the door is closed there, and here I am, sitting inside the vault to tell you a couple of quick stories about experiences in here. Now, we know this is the most negative space for the entire building because of the experiences we've had down here. People who are sensitive to that stuff will come into this room feeling fine, and when they leave, they have tears streaming down their face and they don't know why. And we believe it's because of that negative energy inside this very confined space. That ghosts are made up of negative energy, or energy in general, that tragedy leaves an impression on space. And it isn't too hard to believe why this room is so bad. Now, we are surrounded right now by bodies. I'm not going to get into too much detail, although we have stories that go along with all of those, and that adds to that negativity. Ghost Guide George, the longest standing ghost guide, he is our veteran. He's been running these tours for a long time, over a decade now, and there was a running joke with him. They said that he didn't believe in ghosts, even though he told the stories so well. And the reason for this was he never had a true ghostly experience. In all of the haunted places that he has visited over the years, that he has led tours in over the years, nothing has ever happened to him until 2 seasons ago. He would come into this very room. He was standing right over there, the stories of this room, telling where the bodies came from, and then he looks out to that closed door, which was open during his tour, and he gets a fear building up inside of him, because what he is, he's afraid that the door is going to close them in. Now, he didn't know that the lock is on the inside, so even if it locked them in, they could easily get out. But just in case, he asked a young girl from the back of the group to go stand by that door, to hold it open, and that's what she did. And then he would continue with the stories, a little bit calmer now to be in this space. But then it would all change when he sees the door slowly closing in, and that girl starts to scream. And then everybody in this tiny space starts to scream. And at this point, George is like a deer in headlights. He doesn't know what to do, and thank goodness a man in the back of the room jumps forward and grabs the door before it can close. George will immediately stop the tour, take everyone outside of the room, and ask that young lady, "What happened to you?" And she said, the only way I can describe it, she had her hands pressed up against the door. And she said, the only way I can describe it as if somebody took their forearm, put it on top of my arms, and forced them down to my side. I was unable to move my arms to stop the door as it slowly closed in towards my face. And thank goodness, that's when the man jumped forward and saved me. And ever since then, George has seriously thought about quitting the tours. But still he presses on. So that's just one of the many stories down here in the basement of the Custom House.